So here we are again. Back at it. I'm doing some rice today, actually. You can see, there it is. I'm doing some rice today. Yeah, well, anyway. What I wanted to talk about today is this concept of taking action. And I was just watching a video, well, yesterday I was watching this video about how people who take action always will be ahead of the people who overthink things. And if you're anything like me, you're probably like the second type. You're probably the type of people you usually think things a lot. And it's never easy to be that one. It's never easy to be that kind of person because you get involved around your own ideas. You get involved around your own thoughts, right? And even beyond, I think the hardest part of that is that you get yourself immersed in your own doubts. And that's the entire point of taking action. That's the entire point of actually having that first step. And I'm not going to jump into the first step just yet. I want to talk about this idea of convincing yourself of taking action. Because studying or reading may not be enough in some cases. Some other cases, that's exactly what you need to begin. Sometimes all you need is not even to read or to do anything anomal in your life, not any anomaly, just to stand up, to be able to get off your bed. Just that impulse creates this sort of energy, this sort of flow of you moving and going around and make some stuff. And I think the whole idea of taking action, of prioritizing the action before the thought, is what really drives us somewhere, anywhere. Okay, so if you're anything like me, you have a huge gap between where you are and where you want to be. The only way to reduce that gap is by doing anything, right? It's by doing something. And once again, that something can be multiple things. If you need to go, if you want to do exercise, don't plan it. Don't try to create your own discipline and your brand new system. Just stand up and go out for a walk. It's that simple. And you're gonna say, but that's not exercise. But if you're not doing any exercise, just to go out for a walk, it's exercise enough. It's good enough to begin. When I started to do exercise, because yeah, I actually do, I started by just going down and up the ladders. Because I live in a building and I live in a 9th floor. So yeah, I kind of had a lot of steps to make. So I said, all I'm gonna do is to go down and up, no elevator. I'm just gonna use the stairs because I'm gonna go down and up the stairs. It's that simple. I'm gonna use the stairs every single day, and not just back in that time. It was the pandemic, so we were in quarantine. There was no need of doing it. I was just, if there's absolutely nobody else out there because everybody isn't closed, so I'm just gonna go down and up the stairs. It's that simple. And that's how I started to make exercise because I had no discipline, I had no rhythm, I had no routine of it. I needed to start somewhere. And I knew that if I started to put a video on or I started to follow a full workout routine, I wasn't gonna do that. I wasn't. I wasn't even ready for that yet. So I just took the stairs. As simple as that. That's action. It's a first step, but that's action. That's doing something. If you plan that something, it's not good enough. Nothing is gonna happen. Just by planning, nothing changes. The only way to change stuff is by doing stuff. There's a moment in Doctor House. I love that show. Yeah, kind of old, but alright. I love Doctor House. And I remember he gets pissed because somebody saying, time changes and solves everything. And he gets pissed and he says, no, time doesn't change anything. Doing things changes things. It's that simple. Alright? Time is not going to solve your problems out of nowhere. Doing something, doing anything, it's going to solve your things. And that's the point of making action. That's the point of leaning and be oriented to prioritize action. Those three words are important. To lean towards, to be always thinking and to orient your entire life into action and to prioritize action. Because it's good and it's pretty to be thinking about something, to be planning that something. Sure, it might feel necessary. I have definitely felt that. I still feel that. I still need to plan a lot of things. But you gotta go for it. It's that simple. And there's no big explanation. There's no science behind this. I mean, there might be some neuroscience and behavioral science, which is amazing, it's beautiful, but that's not the point here. The point is, you have to just go ahead and do it. And do whatever. I'm pretty sure I heard another phrase. It was kind of, I'm probably saying this wrong, but the entire point was, if you're going to do something crazy, if you're going to do something stupid, you might as well start by doing something dumb. Because you're doing something stupid. And I talked about this before, this entire delusional concept. You're doing something that nobody else will understand, so you are doing something stupid because nobody agrees or nobody understands your thoughts. If you're gonna do something stupid, or you are planning to do something stupid, you might as well start with something dumb. And that dumb, again, could be just standing up, could be just putting your clothes on, could be just start to read a book, and might as well be any book. You don't need to start your reading routine with a 300 pages book, which is not that much, but you don't need to start by that. You can start with a 50 pages book. You can start with a comic book if you want. Just start. The entire point of routine, the entire point of habit begins by doing something, not by thinking of it, not by planning that out. This is a great example, just this entire mechanics of making videos. I was literally just cooking and I said, you know what, I'm gonna do this. There's nothing else. I have some time, I'm cooking, I can do this while at the same time taking a look at my food. I can do that, alright? Just do it. And probably nobody's gonna watch this anyway, I have no idea. If you're watching, thank you. Hope this helps. Just do it. Just go ahead, whatever you're thinking of. Start by doing anything. Do something different. Different than what you have been doing so far. And I'm gonna finish with this one because it's a beautiful message that I just had. Pretty sure I heard that in a video. Is that we overestimate what we can do in 1 year, but we underestimate what we can do in 10 years. And that really struck me. I truly believe that it happens to me a lot. I definitely do that. And it's crazy. So, in the span of 1 year, if you start doing things, you're probably not gonna get that far. That's true. Because you're barely starting. Even 1 year is not that much time. Time doesn't solve things. Doing things solves things. So if you wanna get ahead, eventually, you gotta start now. You gotta start somewhere. At some time, at some point. And in the span of 1 year, you may have not progressed that much, that's true. But it's just in a span of 5 years, could have been completely different. in a span of 10 years, it's going to be twice as different. Or even more. It's not just twice. This is not linear. It's not linear. So go ahead and do it. Just try it out. If you're planning to try something new, you, you're not even sure if you're gonna enjoy it, if you're gonna like it. So how would you possibly know that if you don't try, if you don't do it? So yeah, I guess that's the message. It's very cliche, I know, but it's kind of a to remember me and to remind you that there's no other suggestion here. There's no more science behind that. There could be a lot of papers that I could mention. There's a lot of studies about this in behavioral and cognitive science, which is beautiful. It's one of my favorite areas. But a research is not going to change your life. The only thing that's going to change it is you, and it is by doing stuff. As simple as that. So go ahead and do whatever. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope you at least learn quite a lot from whatever you're gonna do. Have a beautiful, beautiful experience.